Have you ever thought ancient people were just dirty, wild, and too busy hunting mammoths to care about fashion? Well, surprise! Even tens of thousands of years ago, humans in China were already obsessed with looking fabulous. Turns out the urge to look good is as old as humanity itself. Let's talk about some of the first influences in human history. The prehistoric people of China. Head games, hair, and headwear. First, the simplest style. Let it flow. Early humans just wore their hair loose, wild, covering their face like some sort of prehistoric rock band. In fact, ancient pottery even shows figures with hair painted across their cheeks. They almost looked like a bunch of Neolithic Kiss fans. Then came the bold ones, the short hair group. Prehistoric buzz cuts with bone and stone. Of course, China is famous for long hair on men and women, so this trend was bound to end sooner or later. But the real fashion breakthrough? Braids. Archaeologists dug up pottery from 5,000 years ago, showing dancers with long braided hairstyles. So that girl sitting at the back of the classroom, playing with her hair instead of studying, is actually honouring one of the world's oldest traditions. And then, of course, there's the bun. People tied their hair into top knots, sometimes secured with fancy pins made of bone, jade, or stone. Potentially some of the oldest hair accessories still in use today. Makeup, piercings, and nose rings. Ancient Chinese people loved turquoise and jade, and often made earrings from them. But here's the wild part. They also wore nose rings. Archaeologists found bronze nose rings in burial sites, which really doesn't fit with my image of China. Some tribes even used huge gold hoops, so big that they'd hang past the chin. Then we have lipstick. Yeah, believe it or not, it's that old. People smeared red pigments on their lips thousands of years ago. Your modern lipstick has Stone Age ancestors. And don't forget eyebrow pens. Some pottery figurines have painted on eyebrows and beards. Basically, the first makeup tutorial, but not on YouTube, on you pot. Necklaces, bracelets, and rings. Necklaces and bracelets made of shells, bones, and beads were found everywhere in the ancient world. If you're wearing a chain right now, you're part of a 7,000-year-old tradition. They also had bangles and rings, often made from jade. Waist bling and tattoos. Some burials show thousands of tiny beads strung together, worn around the waist like glittery belts. Imagine the effort it would take to thread 8,000 little beads, all to flex at the afterlife party. Tattoos were also in fashion. From southern tribes to northern ones, body ink was a cultural badge. In other words, tattoos weren't rebellion, they were tradition. So what's the point? Think about this. Even in the Stone Age, people weren't just surviving, they were styling. Haircuts, makeup, piercings, tattoos, they aren't modern fads or a symptom of some social issue. They've been with us since the very beginning. So next time you put on earrings or spend way too much money on lipstick, remember, you're following a tradition older than the pyramids. Humans have always been just a little bit vain. And ironically, that's kind of beautiful.